How is your day going? It's what is today? Today is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Yes, it is. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I got to sleep all day because I have been a little tired, and I helped out a buddy yesterday, and took a little longer than we expected, but we got it done. And so I took the day off today. But good thing Congress did not, because it looks like we are reopening the government, even though Democrats still voted no for the most part and are still blaming Republicans for the government shutdown as they're voting no. And we'll show you a little bit of that good stuff today. So you know what I say? Let's just get started right away, and we'll start going through all the and other things that we got going for you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. So while you're here, don't forget to hit that like, share button, subscribe, and well, all that good stuff, if you know what I mean, because that helps me out, and I'd appreciate it, right? So thank you very much. And let me do a couple things real quick. Just takes me a second to do these. There we go. And hit the like button. I'm hitting my own like button for myself. I'm hitting the like button for myself. Might as well, right? Might as well. Anyways, let's get going. Oh, let's see. What are people so far? Any people commenting? No, we did not. So let's go here. We are live. Yes, we are. All right. So, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins exposes major SNAP fraud. Like, we didn't know there was already SNAP fraud, but let's see what she's going to tell us here.
And 20 other, 20 plus others did not, and we're suing. We're in a litigation right now. But of the 29 that complied, what we have found is staggering. 500,000 people getting benefits 2 times under the same name. 5,000 dead people. 80% of the able-bodied Americans, meaning they can work, they don't have small children at home, they're not taking care of an elderly parent, they can work and they choose not to work, of course, because they're getting significant benefits from the taxpayer. So this light, Laura, that has now been shined on what is perhaps one of the most corrupt, dysfunctional programs in American history, that we are working now. Very big announcements coming next week on this. We are cracking down. We now have a plan to fix it. And we're really, really excited about doing that for the American people.
So this has been going on for many years. I mean, I think I covered this on the radio.
It's been going on forever. I mean, it's amazing how many people take advantage of this. And I mean, it's there for them to do it. So we got to close the loopholes so they can't. Let's look at this. Meet Elon Badger. He's a furry running as a Democrat for Congress in Michigan. A furry. Okay, let's see who this person is. Okay, so obviously, I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. You can see the reflection from the glass. So they're filming the camera through a glass. So there's like they're on the other side of a window. So that's very interesting. I don't understand that part. Oh wow, look at this. Yeah. So apparently that person's running for office. Oh man, I bet on Polymarket right now that they don't win, but you know. All right, so this one is before the vote, but listen to Hakeem Jeffries, the I call him. You guys call him the dollar store Obama. I call him the penny saver Obama.
Fight will end. Only 2 ways, Mr. Speaker, that this fight will end.
And just so you know, this was before the vote, I think.
Either Republicans finally decide to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits this year, or the American people will throw Republicans out of their jobs next year and end the speakership of Donald J. Trump once and for all. That's how this fight ends.
Really?
Speaker, during this painful Trump Republican shutdown,
Trump Republican shutdown.
what we've seen It's
Wait a
two
minute, wait a minute.
different
So you guys have been the ones voting no the whole entire time, but it's a Trump Republican shutdown. I love how that works.
philosophies in terms of how to govern for the American people. The Democratic Party philosophy is clear. We are ready, willing, and able to find bipartisan common ground
No, you're not.
anytime, any place.
No, you only want
To
what
enact
you want.
spending agreements that actually make life better for the American people. But in order to do that,
What's
we need
up,
to have
Gavin?
partners on the other side of the aisle who are actually willing to find a bipartisan path forward. But what we've seen from Republicans from the very beginning of this presidency,
What we've seen from
way.
Democrats from the very beginning of time is all they do is care about themselves. They are gonna lie to you and lie to you just like he did. He calls it a Republican shutdown, a Trump Republican shutdown, excuse me. But yet the Republicans voted to open the government 13, 14 times in Senate. Democrats, once. No Democrat voted for it until the last one. So, yeah, it's not, you're an idiot.
Or the highway approach. That's been the Republican philosophy. Jam your extremism down the throats of the American people.
Isn't that what you're doing?
That's what we've
Your
seen from day
extremism?
one of this presidency. That's the reason why the government has been shut down by Republicans and Donald Trump for the longest period of time in American history. What have we seen from Donald Trump and Republicans during this shutdown? A consistent unwillingness to actually find common ground in order to make life better.
Wait a minute. So it's the Republicans' fault, but yet you said unless we get health care for 1.5 and 1.5 trillion dollars, then we're not voting for it. That's on you guys. I might have to remove that leak guard auto shut off. Had to bypass the alarm for. That thing's still going off, Gavin.
For the
That's
American
weird.
people. Donald Trump, during the shutdown, found the time to play golf week after week after week. Donald Trump found the time to pardon serial fraudsters like George Santos and Ruben.
Funny. Oh, he found the time. Well, he's still been running the government and making deals. You dumbass. I'll text you later about that, Gavin. We'll see what's going on with it. So Speaker Johnson, let's see. So is this before or after the vote? I'm not sure. Before or after? Really, Gavin? Interesting. You know, I always worry about new technology like that. It sounds good.
I'll know
Who knows?
why we're here. House Democrats voted to shut the government down. It was 54 days ago when we had that vote, September 19th. And since that time, Senate Democrats have voted 14 times to close the government.
14
Republicans
times.
voted a collective 15 times to open the government for the people, and the Democrats voted that many times to close it. And then they admitted, many of them, and we could name them here, but I'm not going to take the time, they admitted that they were using the American people as leverage in this political game. They knew that it would cause pain, and they did it anyway. The whole exercise was pointless. It was wrong, and it was cruel. In mere moments, I want you to watch the board. They're going to do it again. I'm going to guess for you that most of our Democrat colleagues are going to vote again to close the government, again to take food out of the mouths of families that need it,
And they did.
again to deny pay to federal employees, again to stall flights and cancel.
Sorry, guys. When I go through this, I started late, and so you start from the top, and because you can't start from the back. I mean, but where is the back? 25 years ago or whenever. So not all these are in order.
Airlines and do all the rest that they've done. But we are not going to let them succeed in that gambit. And that's right.
Right on, Gavin.
While the Democrats keep voting to shut their government down, Republicans are going to vote to open it back up. And with that, we're going to get the American government running again and working for the people as they deserve.
Well, they tried to vote it out, but as we all know, so here we go. We all know that it didn't work. But look at this. This is according to CNN. Hakeem Jeffries is fuming after 6 Democrats refused his order, broke ranks, and voted to reopen the government. Let's see who that was.
Kentucky, Greg Steube of Florida, the Democratic yes votes, Jared Golden of Maine, Adam Gray of California, Marie Glusenkamp Perez of Washington.
Wait a minute, Adam Gray, he's around here. He is not my representative, but he is a representative in Madera.
State.
Interesting.
Don Davis of North Carolina, Henry Cuellar of Texas, and Tom Suozzi, who's a New York Democrat as well. So some of the more moderate, some of the more swingy district Democrats breaking ranks with their party leadership, which was fighting very hard, whipping their members to vote against it. But a handful of them broke ranks, joined with the Republicans, and now this bill is on set to passage, and federal workers can probably go bid in Kentucky. Greg Stubbe of Florida.
Good, good. But why is Jeffrey so pissed off? I thought you wanted the government reopened. And so let's look at this. They say Democrats began screeching as others voted yes. Let's hear it. Wow, that's Congress. That's Congress for you. That's Congress for you. Sound like a bunch of women too. Now, Adam Schiff is holding the Trump administration accountable for its flagrant lawlessness may not always happen immediately, but through litigation. Yeah, same with you, dude. You're the one that's freaking broken the law too, bro.
So he's deploying the National Guard and the active duty military to American cities to be used against American citizens and
against illegal. I can't even watch it against illegal aliens. All right, let's just do something different here. It says serial squatter steals woman's home in a scam, and I'm playing this because this scam happens all the time. And yeah, it did pass, Gavin. It's good news. It passed. So this happens all the time to people, and the people getting scammed. So let's see how people are getting scammed out of their home, though. I don't understand that.
So basically, I'm 22 years old, and I just moved out of the Hubbard house, the homeless house. My mom died 2 years ago. This dude told me the house was for rent for $1,200. I mean, $1,400, excuse me.
I own this house. It was for sale. These people moved in yesterday, and she has a signed lease. And I think we need to talk about, unfortunately for you, the next steps. Sawed off the front door handle.
Oh, yeah, she said that that's not even the same door handle that was on there.
I want to be straightforward and completely honest with you in front. You're being scammed for your home.
Is there any way that I can move forward with like how would I go forward with getting my money back, getting to this dude to get my money? How would I move forward about
How did you come into contact with this person?
Zillow?
And how are you guys communicating?
Through email.
Okay, you got an email chain that I can see?
You said email?
Yeah, can I see the emails?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll have to go on my computer to do that because this is my iCloud. It's on my Gmail. That's why I gave you
it's on her Gmail.
Okay.
What's up, Mushy Mushy?
If you have an email, I can send you the chain, but I will have to go on my house and get my computer.
Are you able to do that now?
iCloud. Yes, I can do that now, but I'm not sent to I can do that now, but is this all once I go back in and I come back out, that's gonna be it? Because I have to be to work at 9. That's what I'm telling both of you guys. But standing here until now, it's not gonna work because I'm getting frustrated.
You're going to be investigated for fraud, okay?
That's perfectly fine. My daddy told me that.
I think you and the young lady should go ahead and possibly move out.
That's fine. I'm not even
9:45 Eastern Time live.
My uncle is also police, so I'm not gonna say
That's
nothing.
30 minutes. Okay.
Do what you do.
We'll keep an eye out for it, Goofy.
I'm gonna send you the information that I have.
What is your name?
Jeanette. Okay. Anything else you need to tell me because I will be
and make sure you vacate the premises.
How long is it gonna take to investigate?
As long as it needs to take.
So now it's gonna go a little further.
I said you'd be investigated for fraud.
What you said was I need to vacate the premises because if I don't leave,
you could choose.
Oh no, of course I'm not gonna vacate. I'm gonna let him investigate and do what he does.
The process takes 30 days after the person's been served. After they've been served.
Damn it! Even in this situation, it's 30 days.
Because technically, she could be telling
the truth. An offer on the house.
Yeah.
Wow, disgusting. But that's how these people work, folks. They move in, and the minute somebody's on your property, the courts side with them more than the owners do, right? It's just disgusting. It's disgusting how that happened. Hey, Gavin, I got a question for you, buddy. It says your former chief of staff was just arrested by the FBI and charged with bank fraud, wire fraud, and conspiracy to defraud the United States, which include funneling campaign money for personal use. How did you not know that? How did you not know that, buddy? Let's see what it says here. Let's see, who is it? Political consultant Dana Williamson, 53 of Carmichael, was charged by a federal grand jury with conspiracy to commit bank fraud, wire fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, blah, blah, blah. This is a crucial step an ongoing political corruption investigation that began more than 3 years ago, says the U.S. Attorney Grant. As it always has, the U.S. Attorney's Office will continue to work tirelessly with our law enforcement. Good. Good. Yeah, wait till they catch you. That's going to be interesting. Let's see. Here's Scott Jennings. We love Scott Jennings.
Is he trying to provoke an armed attack?
I think he would argue we're already under attack. You've got Venezuela that does move drugs into our country, not fentanyl. I agree with you. It's mostly cocaine. But they are part of a narco-terrorist system in our hemisphere that floods our country with drugs, and other countries that are our allies. They flood them with drugs. I agree with Jim. Efforts in the past seem to have not curtailed this. And so...
Nope, it doesn't do it. Damn it. Sorry, what did I do now? There it is.
Look, he had promised a more muscular response to the international drug trade, particularly in our hemisphere. Now we're getting it. I mean, I guess you could debate the legality of it. I'll tell you the politics of it. It's about a 70-30 issue. The American people have been wanting the government to do something more about the narco-terrorism in our hemisphere, and they're doing it. And so I guess we'll see what the lawyers have to say, but I know what the American people think, and it's like, finally, somebody is taking these narco-terrorists seriously.
Well, you have to be killing narco-terrorists. We don't know who the people are on the boats.
They look like drug boats to me. I don't think these are mild-mannered fishermen.
That seems to be the rationale. They look like drug boats to me. That seems to be as far as we're going with that.
And they don't stop. They just keep racing, even though, shots are fired across their bow, all that good stuff, right? So Hakeem Jeffries is saying that Republicans continue to hide Jeffrey Epstein files, right? But these are the extremists have zero interest in making healthcare. So I'm going to show you a clip in a minute or two where Tim Burchett actually brought it up on the floor, and the Democrats pushed it down. So we're calling their bluff, and they're still. That's how stupid these people think we are, these Democrats, right? Okay, good, Goofy. We'll check it out as soon as it shows up. All right, so talk about being racist, right? Listen to this. Democrat Representative Jasmine Crockett makes fun of how MAGA women look. Let's see what she says.
Okay, a lot of the MAGA women receive gender-affirming care, such as lip fillers, breast augmentation, etc. Why do you think they are so against gender-affirming care for trans people?
You know you want to say it.
Okay, so I have this thing where,
Okay, just real quick. That dress does not look good on her at all. I don't know why she chose. Whoever picked that dress out for her, yeah, you should be fired.
MAGA woman, when you see one,
1,000%.
they all have a look, right? But they they lips be up to anyway. That's a whole other issue. But yeah, they don't even know, because when that was brought up on the House floor, because there was a discussion about this on the House floor, they were like, "How dare you say we use?" And it's like, no, that's exactly what y'all do. Y'all just didn't realize that that's what it is. But okay, yeah.
Oh, kind of like Democrats. We could say a lot about what you guys do. That's because Democrat voters are that stupid for all of them as they're told. It is, Gavin. It's disgusting too. So this is weird. This is in Texas. Hood County Sheriff Roger Deeds arrested a Texas veteran for posting a political meme. His lawyer says it's the first time he's seen anyone jailed for satire. The sheriff doubled down, asking residents to report others for posting unwanted memes. You can't make this shit up, right? What was it? Was arrested after posting a political meme joking about a local candidate's support. Charged him with online impersonation despite no account being created and no harm caused. Wow. And that's in Texas. That's very, very surprising. All right, they're saying Brandon Gill did something on the floor today, so let's see. And this is from
out
Texas.
This evening to vote to reopen the federal government.
House will be in order.
Mr. Speaker, for 40 days, the Democrats shut our government down to pursue unrealistic policy proposals that they know the American people do not want. Mr. Speaker, the American people do not want health care for illegal aliens. They do not want our tax dollars funding left-wing media outlets, and they do not want to drive up our debt $1.5 trillion as part of a short-term continuing resolution. Mr. Speaker, the last 40 days have been nothing but pure political nihilism, and I'm glad that this nightmare is over so that we can get back to work on behalf of the American people. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
Man, I was expecting more, I gotta say. Okay, here's what I was telling you about Timbers and Democrats blocked my attempt to get the Epstein files straight to the House floor. Watch this. I haven't watched it yet. I just read it.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett just left the House floor, and I tried to do a UC unanimous consent of tried to get the Epstein files, get it straight to the floor, just to cut out all this nonsense, and and the Democrats blocked it. Oddly enough, now here they've had it for 4 years, and
4 years.
They obviously if there's something there about Trump, they would have released it, and now they're all, let's get it out, let's get it out. Well, I just made a motion to bring it straight to the dadgum floor, and they blocked it. So this is politics. It has nothing to do with what's doing what's right. I mean, it's Washington, D.C. to a T. And again, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, but they're probably not. Thank y'all for sending it here.
Amen. And no, they're not. Yeah, we called their bluff. And now they had this like, oh no, we didn't want that. Speaker Johnson, let's see what happened. Let's see what he says here.
I don't. I think it's all been explained. I think this is a massive distraction by the Democrats while we're trying to get the government reopened and covered for their mistakes. And I find it interesting that the press corps didn't ask all these questions for 4 years during the Biden administration.
The president is the one who wanted all these documents out. Why not release all these documents now?
He's for maximum transparency. He said it as recently as a couple of days ago, and I talked to him about it today. He's for everything coming out. Always
This
has been.
provision that you just said that you're going to have a suspension vote to repeal next week. Did you know that provision was
No,
in
I
the-
found out about it last night. I was surprised. I was shocked by it, and I was angry about it, to be honest.
Did you talk to Booth about it?
I talked to him about it today.
Ooh, a redhead at the very end. They sent me a redhead. Is that what you're talking about right there, Goofy? Look at this. Now, Gavin Newsom has announced that 2 members from the California Department of Social Services have been deployed to Alaska to assist with sheltering and recovery operations for residents displaced by a series of catastrophic storms in October. So wait a minute. We can't send the National Guard to Portland to help, but you can send people up to Alaska? And you're the one suing President Trump for that? Maybe we should sue you, Gavin. Hey, Gavin, we're going to try and get a lawsuit against you. All right, here also is the Epstein files. So let's see what's going on here. Here's what Speaker Johnson, maybe this is what you're talking about, Goofy.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
The only thing that I can say about President Trump is that he is the only person who, in 2009, when I served a lot of subpoenas on a lot of people, or at least gave notice to some pretty connected people that I wanted to talk to them, he is the only person who picked up the phone and said, let's just talk. I'll give you as much time as you want. I'll tell you what you need to know, and was very helpful in the information that he gave, and gave no indication whatsoever that he was involved in anything untoward whatsoever, but had good information that checked out and that helped us, and that we didn't have to take a deposition of him.
That was in 2009?
That was in 2009. I can tell you that I talked to President Trump back in 2009, and several times after that. He didn't think that it was a hoax then. In fact, he helped me. He got on the phone. He told me things that were helping our investigation. Now, our investigation wasn't looking into him, but he was helping us then.
Interesting how that works, right? Look, it says right here, but Wolf alleged Epstein came to believe it was Trump who first caused him to be investigated by law enforcement in Florida in 2005. Asked by Truman if Trump knew Epstein was hanging out with underage girls, Wolf said Trump was certainly kind of in and out of Epstein's house and world, so I think knew something about that. And so here, if you look, the Democrats are putting this all over the place right now. Trump knew that there was little girls. When all this guy said was Trump was in and out of Epstein's house and world. He didn't say he's hung out with kids, but the Democrats are turning it around to try and tell everybody, oh, he was messing with little kids. Okay, let's see what else Tim Burchett is saying today.
This upcoming bill to release the Epstein files.
Yeah, that's why I just put a bill up. I just tried to move it ahead because what you're seeing right now is what exactly is going to happen. Going to continue happening. Everybody's going to pull little piecemeal portions. Sorry about that. I got to animate. I'm Southern Baptist. They're going to pull portions of it out, and they're going to try to fit their own little narrative.
Just
Both
like they
sides are
did.
going to do it. You all know it. And you're all going to feed upon it. Let's just get the dadgum bill out. Let's vote it out. And the Democrats oppose me on it. It's stupid. It's all about politics. It's not about
Right on.
taking
Thank you,
care of
Goofy.
young ladies who got abused, and we should take care of them. But there's a process in place. The Democrats have had it for 4 years and didn't do a dadgum thing. And you know, if Trump was in that thing, Biden, the rest, and Kamala Harris, I mean, he's the Antichrist to them. They would have already had it out. What you got?
I was going to ask about health. This upcoming bill to release that.
Right? They would have already had it out. The House just passed the first vote to reopen the government 216 to 213. Here we go. It's about to be made final, then sent to the President Trump for. So wait a minute. Which Republican voted against it? Hold on. Now we got to find that, because then that means some Republicans. If 6 Democrats voted for it, let me guess. Thomas Massie. Who? The vote results. House open. Let's see. Do they show what the results are? Where are the results at? I want to find the results. It was Massie. Was it Massie? Let's see. Let's see. How can you find it? They're not showing it. Well, they're not showing it. You know, I bet you if we go to Fox News, they probably would. They probably. Okay, let's see if they say who it was. Let's see. The White House said 6 Democrats voted with all but 2 Republicans to pass the bill. So 2 Republicans didn't vote for it. The Democrats who voted in favor are Susie, a Democrat of New York; Queller, a Democrat of Texas; Gray, Democrat of California; Glusenkamp Perez, Democrat from Washington; and Don Davis, DNC. But which Republicans voted? Representative Chip Roy and Austin Scott and Morgan Griffin of Virginia all shared concerns with the measure, but they would not extend the government shutdown over it, so they voted for it. So Greg Stube, is he the one that voted against it? All right, let's see. Just shut down. I want to know which Republicans did. Let's see. They're only talking. Oh, it's now 8 Democrats. 6 Democrats joined their Republican colleagues over the bill. 2 Republicans, Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky and Greg Stube of Florida, voted no. 2 Republicans voted no. What a joke those guys are. Maybe I need to incorporate the dad gum in your vocabulary. Right?
This vote, the yeas are 216, the nays are 213. The previous question is ordered. Question is on the adoption of the resolution. Those in favor,
We got about
say
half an hour more
Those
to the
opposed,
White House
no.
press briefing.
Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it.
Mr.
Gentleman from Massachusetts.
Speaker, I ask for recorded vote.
Recorded vote is requested. Those favoring a recorded vote will rise. Sufficient number having risen, a recorded vote is ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
Good.
This vote, the
let's see. After look at this self-professed socialist poised to win Seattle mayoral race after a surge of mail-in ballots. Mail-in ballots come in, and all of a sudden, the Democrats are winning. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. Okay, we just watched that one. So, here you go, Gavin Newsom again. California admits they illegally issued 17,000 non-domiciled commercial driver's licenses to dangerous forest drivers. Sean Duffy says he's going to revoke them all. He's going to revoke them all. Democrat strategist, this sucks for you guys. Let's see what Scott Jennings says. Didn't we watch this already?
Sucks for you guys because Trump has put you in a very difficult position because as my colleagues have said here, right? If Joe Biden or any other Democrat would have said this, you'd be like, that's ridiculous.
I don't know you very well, but I can assure you that the condition of Donald Trump being the president versus Joe Biden in no way, shape, or form sucks for me or Jim.
I think it's quite difficult to defend somebody who puts you in a position of saying we should put somebody else besides Americans first, especially
oh, you mean like
when you just
Ilhan
donated
Omar?
billions of dollars to bail out Argentina.
I think first of all, it was a currency swap, which we made a profit on. Number two, it's quite easy for me to be perfectly comfortable with the President of the United States, who's presiding over a broad coalition that does have disparate views. The previous administration, you couldn't sit here and tell me who the hell was in charge. I know who's in charge.
You're right,
of this
and I'm not going to defend it. I'm not sitting here to defend that. So
You
I
were
don't have
earlier.
Derangement syndrome. So all I'm saying is, if you had somebody else saying the exact same thing, would you
This
make the
woman's an
same
idiot.
argument? Can you say that honestly? And can you be intellectually honest about that?
Trump is in a difficult political position because his base is diversified here. Some hardliners, some moderates, and some people who want it more wide open. But they're all part of his coalition. He's trying to find a balance, but he's trying to do what's best for the United States. He clearly thinks there is some role for the H-1B program, but he has throttled it somewhat with this application fee. He's clearly listening.
Yeah, we only want the best of the best. We don't want somebody coming over here to work at Taco Bell, right? Mess up your food. So I posted this a couple hours ago. They said the government shutdown should be officially over tonight. I was like, yeah, we'll see when we believe it. But it sounds like it is. It sounds like it is. So this is on let's see what Jazzy Crockett, your
The
good
hog
old
right now.
Jazzy person.
And for a woman who is openly flirting with trying to run for Texas Senate seat against Senator either John Cornyn or whoever comes out of that primary, you are seeing a woman who's not spending an awful lot of time in Texas. That whole list of places she's been living high on the hog, I didn't see anything mentioning Dallas or Houston
Not been in
or
Amarillo.
Laredo or Amarillo. Right. She's all across the country making sure that she is getting taken care of, that her nails look fabulous, and that she is sounding off however she wants to. The hog right now.
Okay, hold on. Let's
And
see
for a
what they're
woman-
saying. So $75,000 in total spending, $4,175 at the Ritz Carlton, $2,304.79 at the Luxury
who
Collection,
is
whatever
openly
that is.
flirting with trying to run for
Over $5,000 at the West Hollywood Edition. What is the West Hollywood Edition? Does anybody know what it is? See what it is. The West Hollywood. What is it? Oh, it's a hotel. Oh, it's a hotel. Well, let's see how much just a room costs there. Let's look up how much a room costs. We're just gonna do the standard king. Just a standard king. How much? Oh, here, standard double queen. Learn more. Oh, it doesn't say prices though. Hold on. I saw something a minute ago that said Expedia.com had prices. Nightly price with fees, $528 a night. Why should she be staying in a $528 a night hotel room? Why?
Texas Senate seat.
$2,000 at the Cosmopolitan and Aria Resort in Las Vegas. What is she doing business related at the Cosmopolitan?
Against Senator either John
Edgewater
Cornyn or
Inn,
whoever
the
comes out of that
Coco,
primary. You are
transportation for
seeing a woman who's
limos,
not spending
DCA car, Bay Area
an
limousine.
awful lot of time in Texas.
Gosh darn it. Don't call. And $50,000 in security expenses. Just insane. Just insane. All for Jazzy Crockett. All right, so that's precisely what this is for. It allows us a chance to become immigrant. Oh, this is some guy I responded to. This guy is like trying to go off on me a little bit here. I can't show. Oh, I guess I can't show the whole post. And I just messed everything up by doing that. Damn it. She's staying in the presidential suite. Her ego won't let her stay in the standard suite. Probably, Gavin. Probably. Where were we? Okay, we just did that. We just did that. Now this stuff, the rest of the stuff is probably from yesterday. It is. It is. Illinois, listen to this. The Illinois Speaker of the House, Chris Welch, demands people stop calling illegals illegal aliens.
By
What?
answering that question.
Come on, don't stop.
Telling you, I don't believe anyone is an illegal alien. That's a terrible term to use about anyone.
It's illegal. It's a legal term.
It's not a legal term. They used to call black people slaves legally, and it was wrong.
So now he's comparing them to
Let's
slaves.
stop dehumanizing people. Let's start treating people right. And by answering that question.
Wow. Yeah. Yesterday was Veterans Day. Hope y'all thank somebody for their service. This was funny. Just the response was funny. She's in a bar bitching and screaming, and this person's like, "Really? I just want a margarita. No salt. No salt." And instead, she's doing this.
We talked about running in 2018 and regime politics in New York City. There's too much money. There's too much relationships. It's too long-tailed. Don't even bother. Don't even bother because it's just too, the deck is stacked too high. And we didn't listen. And a lot of times in that moment.
Is it just me or does her voice make her sound even stupider? So now claims are being made by attorney Christina Bobb on Arizona fake electors case, whistleblower. I am Christina Bobb, a former investigative reporter and attorney who worked for Donald Trump in 2022 to 2024. I am one of 16 remaining defendants in the Arizona criminal prosecution state of Arizona versus Kelly Ward, the prosecution of Trump electors. The current status of this indictment has been remanded to the court. What is this all about? There appears to be organized bribery in the state of Arizona and likely extending to other states in the course of my criminal prosecution. The state of Arizona inadvertently disclosed information to my defense, which they have since acknowledged as authentic. Upon closer inspection, the Arizona Attorney General received $200,000, what appears to be, in exchange for the Democratic Attorney General's Association to have prosecutorial influence. Through one of their initiatives, States United Democracy, so the Democrats have given a judge, or no, Attorney General of Arizona, $200,000. $200,000. Yeah, she's definitely playing retarded, isn't she? So this happened in Berkeley. There was a big brawl out in Berkeley. They had TPUSA out there in Berkeley, and you know Antifa likes to hang out in Berkeley. And well, this is what happened.
Break it up! Break it up! Police! Break it up! Police! Break it up! Hey, white boy! Break it up! You're bleeding, bitch! Hey, white boy! You're bleeding, white boy! Hey, white boy! White boy! You're bleeding! Break it up! What happened? What happened, white boy?
So I'm guessing the white boy is a Republican conservative because he's not dressed in black.
Relax. What happened, white boy? Hey, white boy! What the fuck happened?
Maybe not.
You guys come film, but just talk now. Hey, you got cracked up. You got cracked up.
She had too many margaritas.
Do you want to tell us what happened?
And doesn't it seem like the cops are sticking up for Antifa? Just saying. Kind of looks like the cops are sticking up for Antifa there. So this happened in New York, and nobody. What I don't get on this video is why is nobody helping this woman?
Violate a lady, but you do that again, and I'll fuck you up. You feel me? I will fuck you up. Bitch, what are you talking about? Don't sit there and do none of that shit. I will violate your shit.
Can somebody explain to me why nobody is helping?
Don't push me. Don't fuck yourself. Are you fucking serious? Are you serious, bitch? Get the fuck off of me. Knock your ass out. Stop jumping, bitch. She was a nigga, bro. You're so lucky, bro. Where's my set you lucky out here, female? You on that bag. You on that bag, bitch. You on that bag.
She's the only white person on the train. Is that why? Is that why? That Antifa attacker goes by the name of Jihad. Have you seen that person before? Or did you just read up on it? Okay, New Yorkers sued Letitia James for election fraud and voter intimidations. Oh, I love this. New Yorkers have filed a federal lawsuit accusing New York Attorney General Letitia James of voter intimidation and election misconduct. The plaintiffs, led by Real America Vote, allege James used the Ku Klux Klan Act to criminalize citizens who found major errors in the state's voter rolls. Volunteers were branded malicious and threatened after uncovering breaches and illegal procedures. The case demands a full independent audit. Oh, this is going to get good. The problem is anything going to really happen though to him? I don't think so. Ooh, interesting. Let's see this. Oh man, it's 6 minutes long. I can't watch 6 minutes of it, but let's see. Let's see part of it, at least. Can't believe people watch these women.
You all treat us like you've met us before. So let us tell you what's been going on. The biggest sticking point in the longest U.S. government shutdown has been Democrats demanding that Republicans negotiate to extend health care subsidies that are about to expire. But last night,
I don't think they have
8 Senate Democrats threw in the towel by siding with the GOP to advance a vote that could lead to the government
There we go.
reopening. And they tried to explain themselves to their unhappy colleagues. Let's take a look.
I understand that not all of my Democratic colleagues are satisfied.
Okay, hold on. That's a little too fast for me. A little too fast for me. Let's do 1.5. How about that?
This agreement. But waiting another week or another month wouldn't deliver a better outcome.
This agreement is a win for the American people. There was zero chance of dealing with the ACA issue as long as the shutdown continued. Now, I don't know, 50-50, but there's a lot better chance now than there was this morning.
This was a very, very bad vote. And what the election showed is that the American people want us to stand up to Trumpism, to his war against working class people, to his authoritarianism. That is what the American people wanted. But tonight, that is not what happened.
Fucking dumbass.
So, I mean, you know, the 50-50 chance of negotiating health care subsidies. I just remember all of the people who are coming in and hoping that people would vote them in and say, yes, you can be this person, or you can be a judge, or you can be this. And they all said, no, we're not going to mess with anything. No, we're going to leave everything as it was. I have no faith that they're going to negotiate and come back to the table. And you know, I'm glad that folks, maybe, because again, we have seen.
Okay, even at fast speed, I can't take it. A raging Mark Levin suggests Tucker Carlson belongs in a mental. You know, me and Gavin were talking about this last night. What, you know, this is getting out of hand. You know, we're all supposed to be on the same side. Why are we constantly fighting with each other? Why are we doing that? You know, streamers do it over money. Are these guys doing it over money to make more money, to get more people to watch their show? Oh, we gotta see what he talks about Tucker Carlson tonight, right? It's just it's insane. We need to stop it, and I don't know why we're not. I don't know why everybody needs to do all this infighting, but I'm going to do this real quick because we got to do it. This is the last one of the month. Let's be clear. Cryptocurrency is no longer emerging. It's here. And this latest move cements that reality in the biggest way yet. Trump Media Group just inked a massive $6.4 billion deal with Crypto.com, the world's top crypto platform. They're teaming up to scoop up $6.4 billion in CRO, the powerhouse token that fuels fast, low-fee DeFi. Staking rewards and real-world perks, like cashback on your spends, to launch America's first CRO treasury. When it's done, this new company will be the biggest CRO holder out there. Want in on the action? Head to Crypto.com today and grab some CRO, and let's make crypto great again. And I'm going to be honest here. I actually did. I have it set now where I buy $100 of CRO and $100 of Bitcoin every beginning of the month. I don't know what Tucker did. Let's see. Let's see what Tucker did.
Then we have on the fascistic,
oh come on,
neo-Nazi, radical right. And by the way, I'm not talking about constitutional conservatives, not in the least. We're not on the radical right. We're right in the center. And I don't mean ideologically, I mean we're right in the center. We support the Constitution, the Declaration, the founding, and everything that was done to create this nation. How can we be right wing? Right wing of what? These people are not America first. America First isn't evil over good. America First isn't tyranny over liberty. America First isn't sounding like the Marxist, Islamist, anti-American Jew haters. That's not American at all. That's not America First, Second, or Third. No, they're aiding and abetting people who want to destroy the country. They want to destroy the country. You have individuals in that ilk, in that
Still don't
cabal.
get it. He's still not saying what's going on. So how about we do this? Let's do it the next best way. X, go to Grok. Y R Tucker Carlson and Mark Levin against each other. Let's just say against each other. See if that's the right word. Let's see what it says. Both prominent conservative media figures have been engaged in a heated public feud that escalated dramatically in 2025. Deep divides and foreign policy towards Israel and Iran. Oh, it's over Israel and Iran, as well as Carlson's platforming of off-right figures. What began as policy disagreements. So let's see. Levin, a staunch neoconservative, whatever that means, and strong Israel supporter, has aggressively advocated for U.S. military involvement in Israel. Carlson is more America First. He opposes U.S. entanglement in foreign wars, arguing it drains resources and endangers American lives. I kind of agree that way, you know. He accused Levin, along with Sean Hannity and Fox News executives, of being warmongers who use their platforms to push propaganda for endless conflicts. Interesting, okay. Anti-Semitism from Levin. Carlson demanded these attacks and smears silence Israel. Blah, blah, blah. Personal, professional grievances. I guess they've been going at it for a while. So in May of 2025, Levin accused Carlson of twisting his words on foreign policy and calls him a little bastard. In June, post-Israel airstrikes on Iran, Carlson blasts Levin as a warmonger. Levin screams about Carlson as a dumb bastard and vows not to surrender to Jew haters. And now in November, the Nick Fuentes interview. What's up, Pam? How you doing, Pam? Pamela is in the house. So yeah, that's what's going on there. Let's see what they're saying here. This is MSNBC.
You have to go back to what the strategy was at the beginning of the shutdown. There were two goals, both of which I support. One was standing up to Donald Trump. The other was getting some resolution on the ACA premium tax credit issue. The problem was the shutdown wasn't accomplishing either goals, and there was there was zero likelihood that it was going to. In terms of standing up to Donald Trump, the shutdown actually gave him more power. Exhibit A being what he's done
the guy
with,
who voted
with
SNAP
open, and SNAP benefits across the country. Oh, by the way, Joe, you're going to love this. Guess who's getting paid during the shutdown? Not the park rangers or air traffic controllers. The ICE agents. Under special law, under that big awful bill that they passed last summer, the ICE agents are being paid. Nobody else is. Standing up to Donald Trump didn't work. It actually gave him more power. Joe, you have to go back.
Gave him more power like this. Once again, this is from yesterday. This is Chucky Schumer. Listen to this guy.
Donald Trump's cruelty. He shut the government down longer than any president in American history.
You shut it down, asshole.
Took innocent kids, veterans, federal workers as hostages, political hostages, all because he refuses to do anything to fix the healthcare crisis, and instead keeps pushing policies that will cut people's coverage even more. Look no further than Donald Trump's war on SNAP. Last night, the First Circuit reaffirmed what lower courts have already said. Donald Trump cannot take 42 million hungry people as hostages. He cannot withhold the benefits they need for food for their families. Even now, Donald Trump isn't satisfied. Today, even more cruel, he appealed to the Supreme Court yet again to try and get out of paying full SNAP benefits.
And he won.
The president's done a lot of cruel, nasty, mean things over the years. But going all the way up to the Supreme Court now.
Okay, shut the fuck up now. It just boggles my mind, and I know it's been asked and answered multiple times, but I gotta ask again. How dumb are these Democrats to just believe what they're saying up there? They're fucking idiots. I mean, we see right through it. How do Democrats, are they that dumb? How can they not do their own? Is it just pure laziness, or what the frick's going on here? Anyways, Live the TikTok says the Olympics are set to ban men pretending to be women from competing in female competitions. They cited scientific evidence showing that males have physical advantages over females. Who could have possibly guessed that, right? So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Gavin says, yeah, they're that dumb. They are definitely that dumb. The golden era of rage bait profits is ending on X. This is what I was telling you about yesterday, Gavin. Low effort bait might finally be going extinct. Here's the dirt. Rage bait, fake debates, and recycled memes had a good run. X's payouts will cut the cash pipeline to spam accounts. Goal is simple: less noise, more actual quality. The engagement grifters are sweating, and it's about time. Good. I am so glad. Sick and tired of seeing it on here. Here is Penny Saver Obama. Their audio's all messed up.
Do you view him as effective, and should he keep him?
Yes and yes.
That's it. We heard all that awful audio just to hear him say yes and yes. So this weekend, if you didn't know, an illegal alien opened a fire on ICE agents in Chicago. They have now arrested him. So let's see what's going on here. Good news, they arrested him. That was quick.
A breaking update right now to a story that we've been reporting all afternoon. A suspect is now in custody in connection with Saturday's shooting targeting Border Patrol agents in this mess in Chicago. DHS says he is a criminal illegal alien from Mexico with a prior felony. Senior correspondent Mike Tobin joins us live from Chicago with the breaking news on this. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Martha, that is the breaking development that Border Patrol agents, or federal agents, I should say, now have a suspect in custody for firing at Border Patrol agents on Saturday. The video we have is after the shots were fired. People mobbed to the scene. Chicago police showed up to control the scene. But DHS says Saturday morning, Border Patrol agents were operating in the predominantly Hispanic Little Village neighborhood when a man drove up in a Jeep, opened fire, and drove away. No one was shot, but investigators collected shell casings and video from the scene. There was a joint investigation of the FBI, ATF, and Chicago police. That suspect is from Mexico and, again, in custody.
He is from Mexico.
They've got a suspect in custody, an illegal alien that has a past conviction for firearms, a past felony conviction for firearms. This suspect's in custody, and they're pursuing leads based on this suspect. It appears he was in the Jeep and he was armed.
Now, over the weekend, DHS also released pictures of federal vehicles that were damaged. The agency says at least 4 cars were rammed while operating over the weekend. They were also boxed in and pelted with everything from bricks to paint cans. On top of that, an alert went out to Border Patrol, warning them that the leadership of the street gang, Latin Kings, has put out a directive to shoot on sight immigration officers and federal agents operating in Chicago as part of Operation Midway Blitz.
That's pretty scary.
Incredible. Mike Tobin, thank you.
Shoot on sight. All right, listen to this. So January 6th investigation 2.0. A new House representative, is demanding the Secret Service explain why agents' phones were wiped after January 6th and how Kamala Harris's security team missed a DNC pipe bomb. Lawmakers want every transcript, record, and agent involved. Let's see what's going on here. Is there audio? Or I guess not. There's just this. Oh, we just got video. Do you think anything's going to come of it? Do you? I don't know. We'll have to see. The progressive dream. Government gives you free stuff. You become dependent on that stuff. Progressives threaten to take that free stuff away unless you let them expand the government. And 4, by the time you realize that the stuff really isn't free, neither are you. I love it. Very good. I don't know. We haven't heard much more on this yet, but President Trump confirms that he will be issuing a dividend to middle and lower income citizens of about $2,000 and use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. Let's see. Let me go with the new one. Who can receive the dividend from our tariff? Let's see if it says if Grok knows anything yet. What's up, Stormy? You I Spy Eddie's new picture. Oh, of Donnie? Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? Based on recent announcements from President Donald Trump, the proposed dividends from tariffs revenues, likely what you meant by tariffs, refer to the plan to distribute at least $2,000 per eligible person to Americans who would be eligible. Here we go. Middle and lower class Americans. The payments are targeted to these groups to provide relief. But who is that? People earning above a certain threshold, not yet specified, but analysts suggest potentially $100,000. Well, I don't think any of us in this room is worried about that. Potential inclusion of children modeled after past COVID-era stimulus checks. It may cover dependents, but Trump hasn't clarified this. U.S. citizens and residents likely limited to eligible U.S. taxpayers, similar to prior rebate program. Expert estimates this cut could reach 150 to 200 million people, but the math is debated. Tariffs are projected to generate 200 to 300 billion annually, while $2,000 payments could cost up to $600 billion per round, potentially requiring prioritization. So there's a little bit of question on there, but who knows? Trump's going up on Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I passed a great, big, beautiful bill, which is the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country. So when somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's now catering to the other side, I don't know what, I guess she's, got some kind of vernacular, but I'm surprised at her. But when somebody like Marjorie goes over and starts making statements like that, it shows she doesn't know. I passed a great.
Are you sure about that one, Gavin? Are you sure about that one? Now they're saying there's different ones. Okay, hold on. Pam says the UC Berkeley police chief now was Capitol police chief on January 6th. I think the connections are getting too apparent to not have just. Wow, interesting. That's very interesting, Pam. This one is. Well, Jasmine Crockett gets sued for $1.6 billion next. The post is. Oh no, there it is. She demands all 50 states abolish Dominion voting machines because she fears Donald Trump and Republicans will rig the upcoming elections. You can't make this stuff up, can you?
We do know that one of his friends has purchased Dominion. So it's going to be really important for us to educate all states that we can to make sure that their Secretary of States are like, we don't want the Dominion machines. Because I personally believe that ally purchased Dominion so that he could potentially play with the machines, because we know that they're trying to cheat by changing the lines for the midterms. And I think that they're trying to solidify their cheat potentially with the voting machines. We do know.
It's Dominion, not Dominium. Is that what? Let's see. Dominion, not Dominion. Let's see if anybody else mentions that. I gotta see. So that's funny. The Democrats said, "Oh no, they're bad. They're the best things in the world. You can't cheat with Dominions." Sue her for defamation. What a dumbass this one is. But she's a Democrat, so she'll always be in. The Democrats, like we've talked about, are not exactly our best and our brightest. Okay, we were right there. New CEO of BBC, Deborah Turnus, resigns after BBC was accused of releasing a deceptively edited video, trying to make it look like President Trump incited violence during his January speech. Let's hear this.
I would like to say it has been the privilege of my career to serve as the CEO of BBC News and to work with our brilliant team of journalists. I stepped down over the weekend because the buck stops with me. But I'd like to make one thing very clear. BBC News is not institutionally biased. That's why it's the world's most trusted news provider.
No, it's
And
not.
should
Why did
excuse
you
me,
fail? Why did you
I would
fail
like
to
to
deal
go
with the
in
mistakes that were made?
and see my teams. Thank you so much.
Do, do you think that the journalists are institutional, are corrupt like President Trump says? Do you think the
Of
journalists
course
are
our
corrupt?
journalists aren't corrupt. Our journalists are hard-working people who strive for impartiality, and I will stand by their journalism.
Is there institutional bias at the BBC?
There is no institutional bias. Mistakes are made, but there's no institutional bias.
But why weren't the mistakes dealt with on Trump, on anti-Semitism, on women's rights?
I'm sure that story will emerge, but for now, I'm going to go in and see our team.
Do you think the board acted against you? Do you think the board acted against you?
This way, Deborah.
Thank you.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you. And we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol
peacefully,
and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
Oops, medicine time. Yeah. Funny how they clipped that, right? Oh no, we don't do that. We don't do that. Donnie, you want your medicine? Hold it here until you get over here. Democrats subsidize a broken system and we fix the causes. Let's see. This was 2 days ago.
The Democrat solution is to subsidize the
Donnie.
broken system. We would like to go in and look at the root causes of why those costs are so high. And we've been doing that. It's not just talking points. We have had laws signed into law, this Congress, that have begun to chip away at that.
Let's see. So get this. So this coach at Salina School District in Texas, Caleb Elliott, was just arrested for the third time after allegedly secretly recording kids in locker rooms. Just disgusting. I mean, come on. Thank you for taking your medicine. And so now we'll give you another treat. They spliced the speech 54 minutes later. Is that the separation of time? 54 minutes from what he said the first line to the second line? Jeez Louise. That's crazy, Hope. That's crazy. Oh yeah, you're not gonna believe this. You guys have probably seen this. Leftist radio host Stephanie Miller kissed the feet of Democrat Representative Jasmine Crockett. Can you believe this shit? Look at this. She's kissing her feet. She's kissing her fucking feet. What a joke. What a freaking joke. Okay. Where are we? We way further down. There we go. Now here, listen to Jessica. Is Jessica Tarloff right? Yeah, watch this. This chick is
frustration for a day.
It's going to be way more than a day. So you remember what it was like after he voted to keep the government open back in March, and people thought, okay, well, let's kind of see how this goes. And it did feel actually surrounding this issue in particular that the caucus was feeling decent about his leadership. Yes, he was not the number one surrogate out there on the campaign trail, but Democrats were coming off of a very good electoral week. So the big tent was in, full regalia. I was at a liberal conference on Friday, and people were pretty high on the idea that we were winning races, yes, in some blue states, but also in Mississippi and in Georgia. Mm-hmm. And that, frankly, we were united around the fact that Democrats are the party that cares about people's health care. And that's what this fight was about. And I think the thing that stings the most is that not only the 8 senators who voted for this, but the reporting shows that there are a few more behind the scenes, apparently, that were telling them, please do this for us. We're more vulnerable than you are. Right. And that they didn't think that we were mature enough to hear that argument out loud, for them to come to us and say, these are
I can't play anymore. She's just an idiot. She's just an idiot. All right, I'm going to go start new stuff over because this is over the weekend and I didn't really do much this weekend online. So let's go and let's see what other new stuff is going on right the heck now. New stuff. Sniper safaris. Let's see. I received this troubling letter today from the attorney representation from the most recent FBI with regarding the January 6th Pine Bomb. Just a reminder, FBI Director Cash, in this case, the letter is warranted. Federal law prevents retaliation against whistleblowers. Let's see what it says. Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Dems don't care about shit but their power grab and embezzled operation. 100%, Gavin. 100%. Democrats want, and the young Democrats spout a bunch of extremist nonsense that the rest of America doesn't want to support either. They try being less extreme and more middle of the road. What's up with the Democrat Party? Bullshit. Chicago immigration crackdown backfires. Oh yeah, so the judge voted today to release everybody that ICE has arrested in Chicago over the last month or whatever it is, right? And so it's just this is a way to stop them and mess with us and clog up the courts, and it's just gonna go to the Supreme Court and it's gonna get put back, right? It can't be easy to keep polishing a turd every day on the 5 for Jessica. I don't know. Scott Jennings does it pretty good on over there on CNN. Hakeem also cares about his lipstick. Lipstick boy. Oh my gosh. Let's see what Stephen Miller's saying. I like Steve Miller.
Are you? Do you have any insight? Peter Doocy believes that the president's going to come out very, very strong tonight. Can you confirm that?
Oh shit! 6:45.
Well,
we missed it.
It's a very safe bet, Sean. And I also think that tonight President Trump's going to be very clear. The Democrats got nothing, Sean. They got nothing. Chuck Schumer went to the wall and lost. Hakeem Jeffries went to the wall and lost. Because at the end of the day, they could not convince Americans that we should shut down the government to fund their pet programs, to fund free benefits for illegal aliens, to fund health care for people who shouldn't even be
to fund their
in this
kickbacks,
country.
is what you mean.
What's terrifying, though, Sean, to keep hitting on this theme, is that the moderates have been driven out of the Democrat Party. Manchin is gone. Sinema is gone. And everyone in that party understands that if they don't toe the line with the leftists, they'll be driven out too.
Oh, it hasn't started yet, Goofy?
As a country, we don't have a mainstream Democrat Party. We don't have a moderate Democrat Party. We have a party of crazies and lunatics and radical leftists and open borders nut jobs. That's bad for America. It's bad for the American people. It's bad for the world, Sean.
Goofy, I thought it started at 9:45 Eastern time, didn't it? Probably. What the heck is going on here? I hate it when it does this. Trump. Open. I spelled everything wrong, but it should figure it out what I want. How long ago was this? This was 1 minute ago.
Desk, Sean. And so I am told right now, this is a world exclusive. The bill is on the Resolute desk, Sean. And so any minute now, the way that it works, the press pool goes in and they just all have to stand by. They're not allowed to put out the shot of the Resolute desk until the president is seated and ready. The bill is on the Resolute desk to reopen the government. It had to make a 2-mile trip from Capitol Hill down here to the White House, which is really quiet. I was walking around. I am told.
Okay, cool. Okay, Goofy. So can you let me know when it starts so I can move over to it and where it is? I'd appreciate that. There will be a day where this is inverse and we see electric charging at the top. Very, very, very long time away, I think. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Did you guys see the Northern Lights last night? A lot of people. I got a lot of text messages with pictures, and it is pretty cool. For Trump, that means 11 p.m. Epstein claimed he had photos of Dirty Donald with bikini-clad girls in his kitchen in emails released by Republicans. The Daily Mail published a most absurd and bizarre article using my photo alongside a headline implying that I was a bikini-clad. That's kind of interesting, right? Why would they use her in that picture? I'm just a bill. Gavin Newsom, as part of his COP30 agenda, met with Chile's undersecretary. Why is he meeting with other freaking countries? Oh, they're trolling him. Let's see what's going on here.
It's not free?
Not free now.
No!
Is the buses free yet?
No. No.
Because I heard with Zoran Magdami, we get the free buses. You're the supervisor? Yeah. When does the Magdami free buses start?
When he announced it.
I lost all my money on FanDuel, so can I do Zoran Pay right now? How does it work for a free bus?
It's not a free bus.
But I thought Zoran won, so the buses are free now. So it didn't start yet? It's not free?
It's not free now.
No! I just want the free buses!
I went to China to secure a real fentanyl agreement. Oh, let's see this.
This is all thanks to President Trump's brave leadership to engage directly with President Xi Jinping and make one of the pillars of his administration defeating the plague of fentanyl and illegal narcotics. And that set in motion the Attorney General to call her counterpart and designate the FBI and myself as the lead to engage and follow up with President Trump's historic engagement with President Xi just a few weeks ago in Korea. And what was accomplished when I went to Beijing was an actual full-out agreement to concretely adhere to the notion that we will not allow fentanyl to pour into the United States of America. But you got to break that down. What does that mean? We know the Mexican drug traffickers are making it, but where are they getting the ingredients? The fentanyl precursors are distributed by and through companies in China. And what they have now done is, pursuant to our agreement where we asked for all 13 fentanyl precursors to be designated and fully restricted, and a further 7 chemicals to be restricted as well, this effectively shuts off all of the chemicals and ingredients used to make fentanyl. No other
So they
president
can only
has
get it
done
from
this.
China?
Thanks to the Department of Justice and the FBI, we were able to get on the ground and get in the room with the Chinese for the first time ever and receive the reception that President Trump created with President Xi. And now tens of thousands of American lives have been saved by one fell swoop thanks to President Trump and this FBI.
How is it that only China makes all those? That's interesting. Go to YouTube real quick and let's look up. Oh, by the way, did you know you can watch full episodes of the Drew Carey Show now on YouTube? Trump. Let's see. Golden State Times, Right Side Broadcasting News. So we're gonna keep this.
2 hours ago.
We'll keep this quiet, but we'll keep this on in the background, so we can come back and check it out for when it is time. Hey, is anybody having trouble with YouTube commercials now? Because my stepdad, he said there's a lot of problems, and the thing is, I because of one of the other channels I do, I can't have commercials on YouTube videos. Well, I can, but I don't. So I pay the $8 or $13 or whatever it is a month to have no commercials. So I don't know about commercials on YouTube. Keep your daggum eyes open any longer. I'll catch you tomorrow. Have a good night. Good night, Gavin. Yeah, I kept up Gavin pretty late last night. We were hanging out and chatting at his house. I was a healthy physician who took the COVID shot. Now I'm paralyzed. We're the vaccine industry's dirty little secret. I don't doubt that. Keep checking over here. Still not there yet. Whoops, wrong one. That's my music I play for my other videos. Tesla's next-gen superchargers are officially flexing. This isn't your regular supercharger. Why? Let's see. There are a lot more commercials? Yeah, that's what I thought too. And like now, don't you have to do a full-on, like the first commercial, you have to watch the whole entire thing? Right? Whoa, look at this. I'm not gonna play that music. It looks like it's going really fast. President Trump and Secretary Noem have jump-started an agency that was hamstrung and barred from doing its job the last 4 years. Let's see. Jeffco Schools Company is instructing elementary kids to think and talk about being a LGBTQ ally. Really? Trump is live? Okay, thank you, Goofy. Why is it not here? What are you watching on? I'm on Right Side Broadcasting. Oh, here we go. This should be good.
Well, thank you very much. This is a big day tonight.
Shit, they have awful audio. Okay, hold on. Let's go somewhere else because they have awful audio. And they're playing fucking music? Come on, mother. Nope.
This morning, the government shutdown could
Shit.
soon come to an end as House lawmakers head back to the nation's capital.
That they took us on. Republicans never.
Rewind a little bit. Here we go. Now we're at the beginning. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Here we go. Thank you, Goofy. I got one now.
Thank you very much. This is a big day tonight. Very important what took place because we've seen how good government can be and how bad government can be. People don't know what they're doing.
Come on, fix it.
For the past 43 days, Democrats in Congress shut down the government
There
of
we
the
go.
United States in an attempt to extort American taxpayers for hundreds of billions of dollars for illegal aliens and people that came into our country illegally from gangs, from prisons, from mental institutions. They wanted to pay them $1.5 trillion, which would have really hurt our healthcare businesses and our recipients at levels never seen before. Today, we're sending a clear message that we will never give in to extortion, because that's what it was. They tried to extort, the Democrats tried to extort our country. In just a moment, I'll sign a bill exactly like we asked Democrats to send us all along many days ago. This cost the country $1.5 trillion, this little excursion that they took us on. Republicans never wanted a shutdown and voted 15 times for a clean continuation of funding. There's never been a time when one or the other party ever didn't sign a continuation. It's just a continuation, not a big deal. It's a continuation, and we'll talk later. Yet the extremists in the other party insisted on creating the longest government shutdown in American history, and they did it purely for political reasons. I want to thank Speaker Mike Johnson, Senate Majority Leader John Thune, as well as House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Majority Whip Tom Emmer, and numerous other great Republican leaders and congressmen and senators who are here and who frankly spent a long time in Washington getting this thing to go away. I also want to thank the broad coalition of Americans that stood with us in this fight to reopen government, including the Teamsters, the American Federation of Government Employees, the Fraternal Order of Police, AMVETS, the National Small Business Association, the American Farm Bureau, the American Trucking Association. These are all incredible patriots. The Airlines for America, the Allied Pilots Association, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, and many, many others, unions and non-unions. Over the past 7 weeks, the Democrats' shutdown has inflicted massive harm. They caused 20,000 flights to be canceled or delayed. They departed so many times, so late. People were hurt so badly. Nobody's ever seen anything like this one. This was a no-brainer. This was an easy extension. But they didn't want to do it the easy way. They had to do it the hard way. And they look very bad, the Democrats do. They deprived more than 1 million government workers from their paychecks and cut off food stamp benefits for millions and millions more Americans in need. They caused tens of thousands of federal contractors and small businesses to go unpaid, and the total effect of the damage their antics caused will take weeks and probably months to really calculate accurately, including the serious harm that they did to our economy and to people and to families. So I just want to tell the American people, you should not forget this. When we come up to midterms and other things, don't forget what they've done to our country. I also want to call for a termination to the filibuster so that this can never happen again.
I hope
we had
so.
the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again. And don't forget, we have another date coming up in the not too distant future. We can never let this happen again. And we should be able to pass great, really great legislation. So I say terminate the filibuster because, by the way, the Democrats will do it immediately if they ever assumed office, which hopefully they won't. Today, we had the highest stock market price ever in all of the different markets. We set a record. It's the 48th time in the 9 months that I've been in office that we had this record set. So think of that, 48 times we had a record set, but today is the highest of them all. We're going to break new grounds. Nobody would have thought. I have with us not only the great political leaders, but the great business leaders of our country. They're standing right behind me and right really alongside of me. And if we would have told them a year ago that we'd be having stock prices this high, none of them, in fact, I just asked them that question, none of them would have believed it. And that inures to jobs and, very importantly, to 401ks, which have also set a record today, a record high for the people that have 401ks.
Really?
And also, I want to thank Walmart because they came up with a fantastic study. It was the cost of Thanksgiving coming up and the cost of Thanksgiving from a year ago under Sleepy Joe Biden. And we're 25% lower this year than we were a year ago. And it's a very inclusive report. So I want to thank Walmart. They've done it for many years, but we believe in that. We believe in that company. I want to also thank the 8 Senate Democrats who finally did the right thing in voting to end this craziness, this madness. But unfortunately, the vast majority of congressional Democrats were happy for millions of Americans to suffer. They really did suffer too. And the Democrats admitted, they said, well, no, we finally have a point. Even though people have to suffer, we finally have a point. And that didn't work out too well for them. But they really went out and they could appease the fringe benefits of their far left base. But that didn't work out because now their far left base is angrier than ever before. We actually elected a mayor of New York City who happens to be a communist. When was that going to happen? Remember, I said all the time during my campaign, we will never be a socialist country. And that's right. We turned out to have a communist in New York City. And if you look at his views, those are the views of a communist, not a socialist. So this is no way to run a country. I hope we can all agree that the government should never be shut down again, end the filibuster, terminate the filibuster. It'll never happen again. So with my signature, the federal government will now resume normal operations, and my administration and our partners in Congress will continue our work to lower the cost of living, restore public safety, grow our economy, and make America affordable again for all Americans. Again, costs are way down. Energy is way down. Gasoline is at $2.50 a gallon versus $4.
I wish in California it was that.
For the Democrats. And we think we're going to hit pretty close to $2 a gallon. That's like a really massive tax cut. It's the equivalent of
in
that.
California.
And speaking of tax cuts, our great, big, beautiful bill is giving everybody in our economy, middle income workers, low income, everybody, the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. And it's no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, and very importantly, no tax on overtime. You work overtime, there's no tax.
Woo-hoo.
That's among the things that add up to the biggest tax cut in history. And one other thing, you hear about rich people with deductions. Well, when you buy your car and you borrow money, you're allowed to now deduct the interest on that loan. So you can take that interest deduction and what you can take is that interest payment and deduct it for income tax purposes. That's a tremendous tax cut right there. But it all includes fixing the healthcare system that Democrats broke with the disaster known as Obamacare. Obamacare was a disaster from day one. It's done nothing but go up. And if you remember President Barack Hussein Obama, when he came up with this crazy idea, he said, everything's going to be great. Rates are going to go down. Payments are going to go down. Everything's going to go down. It went the exact opposite with the biggest increase of healthcare in any country. It's a disaster. And I'm calling today for insurance companies not to be paid, but for the money, this massive amount of money, to be paid directly to the people of our country so that they can buy their own health care, which will be far better and far less expensive.
I would like to see
the
that work.
disaster known as Obamacare. And I've had, I think, great support. I've even had Democrat support. So we want the money that would be going to the insurance company, which is hundreds of billions of dollars. You know, their stock prices have gone up by 1,000% in many cases, 1,000% over a short period of time, because our country stupidly pays them so much money with this Obamacare scandal. So I want the money to go directly to you, the people. And you go out and you'll buy your own health insurance and you'll negotiate different plans and you'll get
Wait a
much
minute.
better
I got to hit pause for a
insurance.
second. I got to hit pause for a second. I just noticed this. Look at what it says right here. These statements have not been verified by USA Today. Oh, my
You will be an
goodness.
entrepreneur for yourself. So I'm always willing to work with anyone, including the other party. We'll work on something having to do with healthcare. We can do a lot better. We can do great. So much money is involved, and we're willing to pay so much money to the people. So we're going to pay a lot of money to the people. They're going to go out and buy their own healthcare, and we're going to forget this Obamacare madness. So with all of that, I just want to tell you the country has never been in better shape. We went through this short-term disaster with the Democrats because they thought it would be good politically. And it's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again. Thank you very much.
Good. Nobody go shopping tomorrow. It's going to be busy. Don't go to the grocery store.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions. I think we really have a really great situation. We have a country that we love, and we have a country that's in great shape. As you know, we have now it's over $18 trillion invested in our country by other people and countries. That's a record. There's never been a country that had so much. And that money's going into also building new auto plants, new AI plants, new everything. We've never had a time like this. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for going. Thank you.
It's a great day.
Well done, Mr. President.
Good try.
Oh, I thought he was going to answer questions.
Thank you.
Interesting. I thought he was going to say something. I was wrong. I mean, I thought he was going to answer questions, but I was wrong. I don't want to go through X anymore now because we're just going to get all little things of what we just watched, right? What do you guys want to do? Yay, says Pam. I don't know, show us some fun watching. Let's go to Facebook and watch some Facebook. We'll go watch some Facebook Reels. Let's see what's on Facebook Reels today. Old Burger King and Oakhurst is getting turned into Bigfoot Bakery. Yeah, I saw that today. Costco Black Friday early deals. Okay, you know I like shopping. Acer, $10 off a monitor. That's not huge. Don't care about that. Oh, is that the only one they're showing you? Well, that sucks.
Products you need, part 392.
I like watching
will
these.
cook your entire dinner for you 60% faster, no stirring required. You just drop in the ingredients, choose one of 9 cooking options, and forget about it until it's done. The base heats the huge pot that holds up to 6 pounds of meat, and the paddle does the stirring.
What the
plus,
heck?
it's dishwasher safe. Amazon Products you need, part 392.
No, but I like it. I like it in my
entire
cast
dinner
iron.
for you 60%.
I like it in my cast iron skillet.
I will never buy Oakley's ever again.
Oh, it's a
Let me
commercial.
introduce you to the giant drooling teddy bear known as the Saint Bernard. This massive bastard looks like he could pull a truck, and honestly, he probably could. But all he really wants is to nap on your couch and drool on your soul.
Yay, we're
First off,
open.
this dog was bred to rescue people in the snowy Alps. They're sweet, calm, and gentle as hell. A Saint Bernard doesn't walk into a room. He enters like a wise monk who just came
Why
from
are you
meditating
showing
on a
that?
mountain. And when they sit on your lap, which they will, it's like being hugged by a very affectionate refrigerator. But
Oh,
let's
yeah.
be honest, they're clumsy. These gentle giants don't know how huge they are. One tail wag and your coffee table's a war zone. They move through life like soft, lovable wrecking balls with zero spatial awareness and infinite charm. They also drool a lot, like Niagara Falls levels of drool. You'll find it on your clothes, your walls, probably your ceiling. But you forgive them instantly because those eyes,
look at
those
that
big,
face.
soulful, I'm sorry I destroyed your couch eyes, hit harder than guilt itself. And here's the best part. They love kids, like really love them. Patient, protective, warm-hearted giants who'd rather sit in the snow with your child than move an inch. If you've got a Saint Bernard, drop a pic in the comments, preferably with them drooling on something expensive or blocking a doorway. Let me introduce you to the...
Today for dessert, I made this absolutely
peanut butter
delicious
lasagna?
peanut butter
What?
lasagna. First, you're going to grab a package of Nutter Butters, and you're going to line the bottom of a 9x13 pan with those.
I haven't had
and you will
Nutter
have
Butters
some
in a while.
left over. When you're done with that, just set that pan aside, and you're going to grab a separate bowl and add a block of softened cream cheese to that, and then 1.5
Dude, that's a
cups
lot of sugar.
powdered sugar. You're going to mix this really well with a mixer. Then you are going to add 1.5 cups of Cool Whip to this. Just fold
Cool
this
Whip.
in. Now, once that looks a bit like this, you're going to add this to the top of your cookies. And this is a little tricky, but grab a spoon and it's a little easier. So just like that. And now grab another separate bowl and add 2 packets of instant pudding to this. And then 3.5 cups of milk, and just whisk that up really well. And then you're going to grab the rest of those Nutter Butters and then put them in like a separate baggie and then crunch those up really well and then add them to that chocolate pudding. Just mix that up really well, and you're going to spoon this over the top of that cream cheese mixture. Now take the rest of that Cool Whip and then place that on top of that. And you're using a 16-ounce container of Cool Whip. Now grab some
this looks
Reese's
good.
and then chop those up really well and then sprinkle those all over the
Reese's
top.
cup on top?
And then you're going to take about 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and I'm microwaving
No, Goofy, you're
mine
wrong.
to make it really runny.
It is a
like
quick
that,
way to
and then drizzle
diabetes,
that
right,
all over the
Stormy?
top of those Reese's. You're going to let this sit in the fridge for at least a couple hours so that peanut butter hardens. This was so good. Probably my favorite dessert.
Wow, that does
My
look good.
rule, if it's in my house, it has to work for us. Our routine, our values, our home. This.
Oh, that's a commercial.
I've never been so American in my life.
No way. Wow. What the heck was that hanging on the ground?
I just got a phone
Talk
that
about
I
hillbilly.
did not know existed. Like, have you guys heard of this brand? It's called AGM Mobile, and I guess they make rugged smartphones. So in this box is the AGM G3 Pro, and
More for me, yep.
upgrading my dog's feeder. Then I saw that Houndsy dropped their
Another commercial. Whoa, look at that ice cream. Where's this at? No, you're gonna get brain freeze eating that much. No, I could not. Ooh, what is this? Oh, that's all epoxy. That's all epoxy. That's expensive right there. If that's real, that's like freaking $20,000 just for the epoxy.
If your spouse loves all things,
Nope. Yeah, I don't like. I'm allergic to nuts, so. What the heck? No way.
If you're anything like me, you're probably watching that video wondering, how does that vehicle know it's about to get a green light at a traffic intersection? Well, let's open up this traffic signal controller cabinet and I'll show you how it knows. Let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. Inside of this traffic signal controller cabinet, we have this applied information glance system. And this system right here is tied to all the lights in the field, this controller, and even tied to this little thermostat up here that controls this fan for this signal controller cabinet. And on top of the cabinet, it has a GPS and a cellular antenna that allows it to have communication.
Oh, no way. Dude, I hate it when they stop like
I'll
that.
do a shot of tequila, please, and she'll have a glass of your finest.
Well, let me see if we can get there.
And on top of the cabinet, it has a GPS and a cellular antenna that allows it to have communication.
Nope. F you.
I'll do a shot of tequila, please, and she'll have a glass of your finest water.
Actually, I want a real drink.
Are you sure you don't want water? It's it's free, it's hydrating, it's healthy, and it's free.
Then why don't you have water?
Oh, cause I have this weird condition where every time I drink alcohol, my problems just go away. I'll do a shot of tequila.
I finally burned through my first Forever Weight.
All right, yes, deja vu.
What
I
the
am
heck is
reliving
that?
this 51-pound steak because I want to show you guys the
What
accuracy
the
of
heck?
not only the Traeger grill, but the meter probe. 51 pounds. This is 9 inches thick. That would intimidate most people, especially if you're going to cook it to a medium rare like you would like any other steak. And so,
they can't
This
watch that.
chocolatey cheesecake shop needs to be on your Long Island Devour list. We're at Dirty Cheesecake.
Real quick, he said Long Island. So Goofy, when we go to New York, I think we need to add this place to
Smithtown,
our.
New York, and we are hungry. They cover their house-made cheesecake slices in melted milk chocolate. This one gets topped with Reese's Pieces, drizzled in peanut butter sauce, finished with Reese's chocolate chips. Their Reese's Cup cheesecake. Then an Oreo cheesecake gets completely slathered in that melted chocolate, topped with Oreo crumble, chocolate sauce, and white chocolate sauce. Their Oreo Dream cheesecake.
Oh, we lost Stormy.
Please. Then their Funfetti cheesecake gets topped with cotton candy rock bites, white chocolate, cotton candy, and more white chocolate. Their cotton candy cheesecake. Another one gets topped with Fruity Pebbles, sweet condensed milk, and rainbow sprinkles.
Oh,
Their
we gotta
Fruity
try this,
Pebbles
Goofy.
cheesecake, my favorite cereal. This is one of their best sellers with crushed graham crackers, torched golden brown marshmallow, and Hershey chocolate syrup. Their
Ooh,
campfire cheesecake.
that looks
Rebecca was a
good.
big fan. And they could do any one of these as chocolate brownies. I had to try their campfire version on a brownie, and it did not disappoint. All of that melted marshmallow and warm brownie comes together for a perfect bite.
Wow.
Sweet tooth.
Like you said,
Of
diabetes sparkles. Not sparkles, Stormy.
Guys, we have sold over 1,000 boxes of our
Nope, I'm not watching a commercial. They're making the big storm we have coming this week. Oh, I see.
This is considered one of the most dangerous knots, so be very cautious
Dangerous
when using
knots, huh?
It's called the python knot, also known as the devil's knot. Once tightened, it's almost impossible to untie, just like a python.
That'll be the end of my road trip. You
prey.
think so?
However, it has many practical uses, so it's worth saving. You'll surely find it useful someday. This is considered.
If you know somebody that really likes mashed potatoes, whatever you do, do not make them these triple cream Irish potatoes unless you plan to make them every day. You want to start with 6
my God.
russets about this size. I've got my potatoes peeled and cubed up going into this 8-quart pot. Make sure and add enough water to cover the potatoes by at least 3 inches. Add a couple tablespoons of salt.
Wait a
Now
minute.
bring them up to a boil and let them cook till they're fork tender. By fork tender, I mean you can pick it up with a fork, but with pressure it falls apart. Now completely drain all the water off of the potatoes. Now
I
add them
pressure
back
cook
into
my
the pot,
potatoes.
back on a low heat to dry some of the moisture out of them. While those are drying out, into a pan, 1 stick of butter, an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, 8 ounces of sour cream, a teaspoon of garlic powder, my Flavor Time Southern seasoning, salt, black pepper, and 8 ounces of heavy cream. On a medium-low heat, you want to keep this stirred until everything is incorporated. Now add all your potatoes in here with your sauce. Go in here with your electric mixer till they're completely smooth. When you get done, this is what they should look like. If you know somebody that really
Okay,
likes
that looks
mashed
good.
potatoes, whatever you
I'm gonna
do,
share
do
that so
not
I
make
always
them
have it.
these
Actually, I
triple
should
cream
save it, huh?
Irish potatoes.
There we
Unless
go.
you plan to.
I always like coming to Huntsville. It's very welcoming here. Maybe too welcoming. Because you guys had Werner von Braun come stay here.
100% pure methyl B12.
From sowing to germination, it takes about a week, growing dense but not tall, and requires almost no maintenance. Have you ever seen such a lawn? This is DS 4-season grass seed. Don't be fooled by its tiny seeds. The lawn it produces is extremely thick, capable of suppressing weeds, and remains green even in cold temperatures, as low as minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
The key is that it is not picky about soil or environment. Just scatter the seeds, water them, and they germinate quickly. It is especially suitable for home planting, so if you like it, don't miss out. From sowing to
I'm
germination,
gonna
it
say
takes
this
about a week.
because I've
Growing
been
dense but not
looking
tall
into stuff
and
for
requires almost
putting grass around here. Oh, it's a little Donnie.
Spent the last 6 hours searching through webcam files trying to complete, and I've consumed more porn than Tony has in his lifetime. You maybe not, but I have watched a lot of close.
The name of this song is Having Children. No, I'm good.
When you pull a brisket, ribs, or steak off the smoker or grill.
That's a commercial. Commercial.
How you doing, boss?
What is this?
You said 2 tomahawks, right?
It's gonna take let's take one actually.
One? Alright.
Freaking I just found out my debit card was expired.
Oh, a debit card?
Yeah.
Damn.
I haven't taken out
What
cash
do
in
you
the
think
longest
about that one?
Guys, have you been feeling off lately? Tired?
If you mix pumpkin with cream cheese and egg and heat it up, then let it chill, you get the easiest pumpkin pie cheesecake. Hey, if you mix pumpkin with cream cheese and egg...
Interesting. What the heck? I need one of those.
What if I told you most vision issues over 50 can be fixed in under...
Commercial. The Great Pyrenees got his head out the window.
My whole childhood, I hated meatloaf until I
I
tried
love
it Mexican
meatloaf.
style. White onion, jalapenos, cilantro.
For our meatloaf mixture, combine ground beef,
too spicy.
cilantro, jalapenos, onions, breadcrumbs, milk, eggs, lava, taco seasoning, and gravel. So now we got a pan oiled up, going with that meatloaf mixture. Just gonna compress it into the shape of that pan. Oh, onto the smoker at 275. We're not using a dish, so that way we got 5 sides hitting smoke instead of 1. We got enchilada sauce down, then going with Oaxacan cheese. We're gonna melt it all together and pour it over the meatloaf. It's gonna be nuts. We pulled this meatloaf off around 145.
That looks good,
Let it
though.
rest for 15, 20 minutes. Sliced into it, and oh my lord,
Little too
it was
spicy
so
for me,
juicy.
though.
You could. Howdy, folks. I'm Randy with Randy's Row.
You're telling me for 40 years of wishing I could put a German pancake in my mouth, I could have done this? Ain't no way.
German pancakes are one of my favorite ways to celebrate Saturday in our house.
You know, you always wonder, people in other parts of the world, how they make their pancakes. I seen this. That looked like a daggone masterpiece. I can't wait to put it in my mouth. Let's go. All right,
You don't
we'll
put your
start off
watermelon
with
in
a
your
9
fridge?
by 13 baking dish. We need 5 tablespoons of salted butter cut up into sections, and then you just take these.
So that means
and
10
put them in your
tablespoons to
baking
me.
dish. We need to preheat our oven to 425 degrees. Throw this in there while it's preheating to melt it down. All right, now in a mixing bowl of some sort, we need 6 eggs. And if you're wondering, the egg shot juice all over me. 1 cup of flour. All right, and 1 cup of milk. I don't have a clue how much a dash is, but a dash of vanilla. We'll put like a teaspoon and a half in. And a dash of salt. Is that a dash? I don't know. All right, once it's all mixed up, oven's preheated, our butter's melted. All you do is just pour this into your pan. All right, she said you do not have to mix this. Just take it, put it in the oven. It's at 425 for around 20 minutes. We'll be back. All right, we're out of the oven. Look at that.
That's a
That's
fluffy
wild looking.
pancake.
I'm so excited. All right, maple syrup on top of our German pancake. Here we go. Is it good?
It looks good.
Hi, Benita.
Hola, doctor.
How are you feeling today?
Good. Can't complain.
That's good.
Actually, yes, I can.
Oh. My head hurts, my back hurts, my neck hurts, and my husband's a piece of shit.
Hi, Benita.
Hola, doctor.
Okay, one more and then we're gonna go.
Let's bake David's white chocolate.
Nope, that's a commercial. The heck? Oh, those are tater tots.
Add some cooked ground beef and onions to a
Guys, 50% off plus buy one.
This is a magical invisible waterproof glue. With this transparent waterproof glue, just brush it on, clear and seamless without affecting the look. Nano coating technology quickly penetrates,
Oh, it's a
sealing.
commercial.
All right, y'all, we're gonna open up these blueberry biscuits, and I'm about to show you the best dessert hack you've ever seen. All right. So this time I splurged and I bought the Pillsbury biscuits. I don't know, I just want to try them. They do smell real good and I know they taste good. So we're just going to get all these biscuits out. And the icing is in here. We're going to save that for later, all right? So what you're going to do here, you're going to line up these biscuits right next to each other just like this. And for this recipe, we need 2 cans of these biscuits, okay? We have our 9x13 baking pan. We're going to open these up. And then all you do, just hit it real hard, and they open up nice and easy.
Just hit it real
I'm
hard.
gonna take these out. And again, this icing that comes with it, we're going to save this for later, all right? So
All
this
right.
is one of my favorite dessert hacks. This is amazing. You can make it for parties, for dinner, for dessert. And you know
Torture.
what? No one will even know that you bought these biscuits. This is a bakery quality dessert that you can make at home with just a few ingredients. And we aren't going to waste this last one. We're just going to rip this apart and just shove it into some of these holes just like that, all right? Perfect. All right, so next
Oh, my
we
mind.
have some heavy whipping cream, all right? And if I didn't say it yet, make sure y'all grease your pan. It's very important. So we're going to take this and just pour it on top of our blueberry biscuits. All right, so we just want a nice layer. We want to pour the heavy whipping cream so it covers about halfway up the biscuits. Just like so. That looks about right. Or a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, a little bit more.
We want these to be nice and fluffy and moist. You're just going to love this dish, okay? So that's perfect. So now what we're going to do here.
This is something I want to
some
try.
frozen blueberries. Now, I like using the frozen ones for cooking. I think it turns out better when you bake them, but you can use fresh if you'd like as well. So we're just going to sprinkle some right on top of these biscuits. And you know what? I don't measure. I just kind of eyeball it. I like fruit, so I do a nice amount. Let's see. This is 16 ounce. I probably use about half to 3/4 of this bag.
3/4.
Blueberries. That
You
looks
started
great.
this with cinnamon
All
rolls?
right. So we almost ready here. This is going to be the best blueberries and cream dessert you ever had. So here I have a 1/2 cup of melted butter, all right? And I also have about 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. So we're just going to put the brown sugar right there in there with the butter, and we're just going to mix this. All right, so for this part, you got to make sure that your butter's melted. It needs to be melted, all right? So we're just going to mix that. We're going to get all the chunks out of that brown sugar. All right. So now what we going to do, oh, this is going to be so good. You know what? I love making this dessert. I am so excited to eat this. All right, so once it's nice and mixed, all we're going to do here, we're going to pour this brown sugar and butter mixture right on top of our blueberry layer, just like so. Oh my goodness, you are going to love this dessert. I am telling you, my friends and family beg me to make this when they come over, and they have no idea
I don't doubt that.
I just use the store-bought blueberry biscuits and frozen blueberries. It's so easy. Look, I just whipped that up in about 2 minutes. And I'm telling you, your guests and family are going to love this. It is one of my go-to
Dude, you need a
desserts.
spatula.
And you know what? You can even do it with different fruit if you'd like.
Not a spatula. What do you call those
All right,
things?
so last step
A
here, all
scraper.
we're going to do, we're going to take a nice piece of foil, and we're going to cover this up. So this is real important. This dish, in order to cook properly, needs to be covered while we put it in the oven, all right? So we're going to take this to the oven. We're doing 350 for about 30 minutes, and I'm so excited to show you my favorite
I can't wait to
dessert.
see what they look like when they come out.
All right, y'all. I took this out of the oven about 5 minutes ago, but are you ready to see this amazing blueberry biscuit hack? These are the best blueberries and cream biscuits you'll ever have. You ready? I am so excited. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That looks gourmet, like it's from a fancy bakery.
I mean, it
You can
looks
just make this
nasty,
at
but I
home.
bet
just
you it
whip
tastes
up
good.
in like 5 minutes. So we're gonna take the icing that was with the blueberry biscuits, and we just gonna drizzle this right on top. All right?
Would you heat it up
Oh
or
my
something?
goodness!
You had
I'm
to have
telling you,
heated
you
it
can
up.
make this as like a brunch treat, nice little, kind of like a coffee cake, or you can do it as a dessert. But I'm telling you, your guests are gonna love this. These blueberry biscuits.
It's definitely not
taste like they
fancy.
straight from the bakery, and you don't have to tell nobody. I don't tell nobody.
Doesn't look fancy, but I bet you it tastes good. All right, guys, time for me to go. I had a long day yesterday, another long day today, so we're gonna get the heck out of here. But we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Pam, and good night, Goofy. Those are the only ones left talking. I'm not sure if Stormy's here or not still. So y'all have a good night and see you tomorrow.